It's hard because I think there's so many spirits in my store. I don't know how many spirits there are, but if I had to guess, I don't know, 20, 50. So sometimes it's hard for me to differentiate which spirit is what. So I don't have either I'm not paying attention enough or I don't have the ability, but I don't know if I can really tell the difference. Once they get in there, as long as it's just calm and it's peaceful and that kind of stuff. That's all. And and I tell them, I'm like, you're more than welcome to come to the store with me with your item, and you're more than welcome to hang out there, right? And there's other spirits that you can hang out with. And so I hope that he, along with other military spirits, are in my store and they're all hanging out, having a good time. That's what I really want. I really want to provide. I don't know what it's like on the spirit world, but I really want to provide, even if it's just a little bit, a place for them to have comfort and peace, right? And
And
so that's what I
have you ever had a bad experience with a spirit there?
Not really. I mean, like I said, if I feel something like if I come in my store and it just doesn't feel right, then normally that night when the store's closed, I just have a conversation, and I have a conversation just like I am with you. I just go, "All right, spirits, gather around. We're going to talk," and I just talk to them, and I just say, "Here are my rules. If you're new here to the store, here are the rules." And I just say, if you don't abide by the rules, then I'll have you removed, right? And I know enough people in paranormal that I could contact some people and say, come in and help me remove something. And but I'm like, you're more than welcome to stay here as long as you follow my rules, and you can hang out. So I truly talk to them just as you and I are talking now. I don't know if
Yeah.
that's the right way. I don't know if it's the wrong way. I don't know
It's
anything
the way we
about
do
that.
it.
I just
Yeah,
talk.
that's the way we do it.
Okay.
But I mean, with your background as being a kid growing up in a Christian church, does that give you some kind of more of a I guess wisdom about him, or as far as a wisdom also, you know that you have a they won't be able to scare you away or anything like that, as far as with the name of Christ, the Bible, and everything in your background, or is it just like something that comes from your core?
It just sometimes comes from my core. I would actually say the opposite. I would say that, I mean, I grew up in a very strict religious family. I mean, we didn't drink, we didn't go to dances, we didn't do any of that.
Are you
And we
Southern
definitely
Baptist
didn't.
or Mormon?
It was Baptist, but it was strict Baptist, and they did not believe in ghosts. Right? I mean, I was told from a young boy in church that when you die, you go to heaven or you go to hell. And if anyone ever brought up a ghost or spirit, they would say that's not true, and they would say you die. And so, my personal opinion is obviously I believe in as a God, and I believe there's a heaven and there's a hell, but I don't know if we necessarily go straight there. I think we might spend some time here on earth. There might be a transition phase. Some people might have to, based on their actions in this world, they might have to pay a price. I don't know if that's the right terminology. I mean, I have my own personal beliefs about that,
Yeah.
but to answer your question, I think it's the opposite. In the church that I grew up in, they didn't believe in ghosts at all. My mom and my dad both passed away a couple years ago, a month apart. So both passed away very quickly, and they were anti-ghost. I mean, they believed that there was one Holy Ghost, and that was it. You died, you went to hell. You died, you went to heaven, and that was it. So now they're on that other side, and I believe that there are spirits, and I assume everyone here on the podcast does. So there's a part of me that kind of hopes that my parents are like, "Oh my goodness, there is a spirit world on the other side," right? Because they were
Oh, for
100%
sure.
adamant. Yeah, surprise, right? And I don't mean that in any way or like I'm not being disrespectful toward my parents. I'm not doing that in any kind of anger toward my parents, but I've seen spirits. I've seen shadows in my store. They've looked at me. They've talked to me. So I know there's something on the other side. So I kind of hope my parents are experiencing that. So my experience with the church has been the opposite. They did not believe in ghosts, and if you had brought up a ghost, that you were getting prayed for, and probably a priest was going to come down and have a session with you. So
Which is
my
ironic.
experience is the opposite.